Can you guys let me know if you can? Oh, yes. Okay. I know I sounded way too excited about that. But I couldn't get it to catch today. So, but there we are. My screen was black and it had a physical rainbow wheel. Lisa, for when you do this later. Gracie says, happy Sunday, happy stretching team. So today we're using a mat, your body, and a prop, anything that can elevate your tailbone. So that can be a roller, that could be your yoga mat rolled up like a wedge or a ball, whatever you have. And then that's just for our back stretch. So once you have something to use for that, go ahead and find your way to the mat. I'm so glad you're all here this morning. Oh, good morning, Edie. With our feet about hip width apart, we're going to slide the weight up onto the balls of our feet. So lifting the heels, starting out just like typical, where we're resetting our body and thinking about kind of clearing our mind from clutter, resetting our intentions, slide onto the heels, lift the toes. I know, Chels, that is fun. You get to do it with your sister. Marnie, is Lisa with us this morning? Slide to the outside rim. Everybody needs a little love this morning, huh? Ugh, so much hair. Slide to the inside rim of the foot. Vic's trying to save us. And then slide your weight to the front, back, side to side of your foot. So you connect your foot fully to the floor, soften the knees. Fire Sauce just came home from the night, so he's needing a little TLC. And then flex your quads, pull the knees over the heels. Oh, so cute. That's fun. Such a good grandma. And then set the knees right over the ankles, squeeze the glutes, and press the hips forward. So creating some length in those hip flexors. You can even extend the spine so you allow the back to go just a little bit, and then send the hips back. Yeah. What's funny is I'm used to it when I let them be in and slide the hips to the right. I knew Fire Sauce would be a little bit tricky today because he just got home, so he likes some attention when he's been out hunting. And switch other side. As long as he doesn't claw my legs, I don't mind giving him a little pet or two, and then bring the hips center. So the hips are right over the knees, right over the feet. Take your shoulders, roll the shoulders forward. So as you do that, you're separating the shoulder blades, you're pulling the shoulder blades away from each other. And then roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, opening up the heart, look up. Thanks. And then release the shoulders so they're right over the hips, right over the knees, right over the feet. Take your right ear to the right shoulder. And then switch left ear to the left shoulder. Move around in that a little bit. Find that position that needs a little attention. And then hold there and breathe. Now bring your head center. So as your head comes center, we're going to take that left foot over the right. So it's crossed over. This is where, again, if you want to come up to your couch or an ottoman or something that gives you a prop to lean on, go ahead and face that obstacle. And then take a deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Scoop your belly button in, round your back, drop the hands towards the floor. So again, what that would look like is if you have something that you can allow your body to lean on, you do that same crossover, but sometimes just coming up to something, whether that's whatever you have in your house, a windowsill, anything. I know I picked that just for you guys so you could do your little movie trivia. Then sometimes when you have something to lean on, you can really focus on letting go instead of being gripped too tight in that stretch. So play with it, see if this works. You can push away from your couch or your obstacle to get a little lengthening through the hamstrings and the IT band, or you can have your hands to the floor. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale. And then slowly roll yourselves all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, roll those shoulders back and down. Once again, same side crossed. Deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Scoop the navel to spine, round your back, draw the hands to the mat. Shift your body weight a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. Find where you need more attention and then linger there. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourselves up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your navel to spine, roll your shoulders back and down, uncross the legs. Now before we go to the other side, take that left arm, cross it in, hold it with that right hand, and then retract that shoulder. So it's common when we come into the stretch to allow our spine to twist. I want you to picture that your left shoulder is pressed up against a wall, and then you pull the arm across the body without letting that come away from that wall. Now sometimes moving the hand down an inch or up an inch, you can find the space where you're really tight through that shoulder, the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, try and release that. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can pull the arm closer to the chest. Now take that left arm, reach it up and around so you have a big circle with that arm retracting, and then take your right foot and cross it over the left. Now once you have that foot crossed over, take a deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. So now we go into that IT band on the other side, drop the hands come down to the mat, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Once again, if you have a chair or the couch, an ottoman, a coffee table, whatever you have, you can lean on that, kind of push your hips back and away. Try and let your head hang heavy. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale and slowly roll all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, pull the belly button in, roll the shoulders back and down. And again, deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Hinge. Round to the back, drop the hands. Lean a little bit to the right. Lean a little bit to the left. We've gotten kind of used to them, but thank you. It's nice to have pet duty back up today. And then slowly roll all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, roll the shoulders back and down, uncross the legs. Now with those feet in neutral, once again, pay attention to how your feet land on the mat. So you have the front, back, side to side connect, then bring that right arm across the body, hug it in. He's a very cool cat. He is, for sure. When you're in that stretch, that right shoulder, pretend it's pressed up against a wall, Then straighten the arms, spread the fingers. Our thumbs and our elbow get so flexed always with our devices. So lengthen the arm, spread the fingers, and then pull that arm across the body. You'll notice if you round forward, you're releasing the stretch. But if you pull the chest up, so you're lifting your heart and then bringing that arm across the body, you can move it up an inch, you can move it down an inch, find where you're tight, retract and pull those shoulders back, and then breathe. Inhale, exhale. Once again, big deep breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and take that right arm, reach it up and around so you're trying to circle into that shoulder socket, loosen it up, lengthen the arms down to the side, find the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, hinge. Scoop the navel to spine, round your back. Now before we come all the way down, bend your left knee. Right there, so stay there for a moment. We bend our left knee and pull the right hip up. Now, you can hang center if you prefer. Sometimes hanging the arms forward or making those so you take your hand to elbow and let that body weight hang. Some of you will get a deeper stretch there. Some of you will get a deeper stretch keeping your left hand on the floor and lifting that right hand to the ceiling. So I want you to find what you need this morning and hold there. Lean into your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand back down to the mat. Once you have that right hand back down to the mat, bend the right knee instead of the left, so you switch the flexion. Hold there for a moment, so before you move into that spinal twist, decide you can hang the hands, hand to elbow if you like. Then from there, you can stay, try and let your body feel heavy and hang lower to the ground. Or you can come into that spinal twist. The right hand stays on the floor, the left hand comes up to the ceiling. Lean into your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that left hand back down to the floor, straighten both legs, and then slowly roll up. Squeeze your glutes, hold your belly button in, roll your shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Round your back, draw the hands to the mat. Walk your hands forward so you're in a high hover position. Move around a little bit in your hips and your feet. Drop down to a low hover, don't worry. Press the chest through. So once you come into that, you can lay your legs on the floor, flatten your feet, look up. Now, if that ever feels like too much on the hands, you can always come down onto your elbows and do that from a position down here instead of upright. Find what feels good for you this morning. And then from there, look over your right shoulder. Lean into your left hip. Big deep breath in. Exhale and switch. Look over that left shoulder. Lean into that hip a little bit. So you press towards the right. Now come center. Drop back into child's pose. So as you come down into child's pose, bow your head towards your mat, reaching those arms as far away from your feet as you can get them. Tucking the tailbone under. Relax the weight of the arms. Now, sometimes having your hands up on a roller feels better. So if you have something that you can put your hands on so that you don't have that pressure all the way down into the floor, use it. Find what serves you best. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, take your left hand and feed it underneath the right. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale and switch the arms so your left hand comes back up, right hand comes underneath. So you're stretching that shoulder blade, trying to allow gravity to release. Inhale. Exhale, let go. You should feel your hips get heavier and sink down into the mat. The shoulder blades open up just a little bit. And then bring both arms over. Reaching those fingertips as far away from your feet as you can. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands back. Slide so that you're on your glutes. Oh, yay. Good, Jackie. Now, on your glutes, you get to choose. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit with your legs wide to the side. You can have your pet therapy going on at the same time, whatever works in your house. Now, take your arms out to the side. Take the right arm on top and give yourself a hug. So in that, when you take your hands so that they're in that grip on the shoulder, drop the shoulders down and then move around in your neck a little bit. So you turn your head side to side, bend right to left, and then settle where you feel tension. Now I can get the deepest stretch if I drop my chin to the chest and then try and pull my shoulder blades wide and down. So instead of collapsing forward, I create that tension intentionally from shoulder to shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Drop those shoulders down. One more time. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, open up the arms. Yes, agreed. Left arm on top. Give yourselves a hug. So you switch the arm. I feel like we all need a little attention sometimes. Now in that, as you come into that other arm, think about, again, that head and neck going side to side. Drop down, find the position that feels good, and then linger there. Lean forward just a touch. Then open up the arms wide to the side, twist to the right, and then bring the hands down so that you're bringing them over towards that right leg. Try and drive your left hip down. So we've talked about that can be at the quadricep, the calf. You can create a bind with your foot. The mistake I made was I started petting her too early on. And now she's like, I'm right here. Now, keep your right hand on the floor. Take your left arm and reach it over. So we've come from that spinal twist where you're rotating your right ribs to the left, or your left ribs to the right thigh. Now we open the left ribs and we reach the left arm over. That could be different positioning for you with that right hand. Do what feels good. Inhale. Exhale, open up the arms, sit up nice and tall. Once you're in that position, rotate. So we're trying to reset lifted. Then you rotate. Then you draw down. Counter contract, so you're pressing your right hip down. That's going to create a fulcrum. And then your obliques and your intercostals all get a deeper stretch. So you start with those right ribs, wrap and come around towards your left thigh, and that hand could be thigh, calf, or on the foot. Press into your right hip. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, take your right hand and reach it over. So the difference is now you've taken that right rib, you open it up, and then you come into lateral flexion instead of spinal rotation. So some of you, you'll be way down here. Some of you, you'll still be having a hard time reaching that hand towards the leg. So we're all in a different position with that. And then you just want to find what feels good for you. Press into your right hip and then breathe. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale. And then exhale, bring it back to center now. Bend your left knee. With that left knee bent, you tuck the foot towards the pelvis. And then in that, make sure you're on your sits bones so you're not rocked back onto the tailbone. So even if you need to back yourself up and sit up against your couch or a wall so that helps support you, we're trying to not tuck the hips under, but sit up nice and tall. Press into your left hip, turn and rotate, and then once again, you're going to bring yourself towards that right leg in a little bit different stretch. If you can, bring both hands to the other side of your right leg. With each breath, see if you can loosen up that spinal twist. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, bring yourself back up. Take that right leg. You can bring it in front. You can bend it in front, or you can bring it on top. So again, as you're picking that position, there's no wrong way. You could keep it straight. You could have it bent, but still in front, crossed over in front, or on top. Now in that position, it's a lot for the knees, so it's not going to be productive for everybody. I want you to pay attention to if that feels like a stretch, that feels like a good stretch, and if it feels painful, then go into a different leg position. Then from that, you're going to start just like we did in the beginning, where we bring the right arm across the body, hug it in. Some will prefer to stay in that stretch. Feel the freedom to hold out here or come all the way into that wrap. Now, even if it's back to hand, I know. I was thinking that too, Marnie, because we've done so much for the glutes and the hips and the hamstrings. They're so tight. Now, this is my shoulder that doesn't have much mobility, so it's going to look different for me than for you. But I want you to windshield wiper your arm and see how much mobility you can get bringing that right arm to the right. And then once you've done that a few times, then hold there. Hold the right arm out to the right and breathe. One more big deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the arm back to center. Unwrap the arms, so now you can shake them out a little bit. You're going to sit on the right hand and then create gentle tension with the left hand on the neck. Lean to the left. Tilt your chin down. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that head back to center. Now take that right hand out from underneath. Spread the fingertips. Turn the palm so that you have the hand, the fingertips pressing away from you, and the hand is pushing into the floor. Now, when we create pressure, when we're pushing into the heel of the hand, it's going to stretch the elbow into the thumb, and that's what we're after. So you press strong into the floor. Then come back into that gentle pressure. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can push your right hand down just a little bit harder and lean your body to the left. Inhale. Exhale, release what you can. Move the head around till you find where you're tight, and then take a big, deep breath in. As you exhale, come up, release the head, release the grip of the hand, shake it out, turn towards your right. And then you have a couple different options. You can use your left arm to create a little tension to give you a bigger twist. So whether that's both hands on the thigh, if that's what feels good to you, you can push. You can use the back of the hand to twist, or you can bring your arms and lean into the floor. With every exhale, try and let go of the tension in the hips, in the low back, in the knees and in the ankles. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Crawl your hands forward. So now, whether it's fingertips, this is also where if you have a chair, ottoman, coffee table, if you're facing it, you can lean into your obstacle. Otherwise, you have your hands, your elbows, or your forehead down in front. Breathe. Move around a little bit, so as you shift right to left, that way you can find and listen to where you need to linger. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, crawl your hands back up. Once you get up nice and tall, we're going to lengthen the left leg. Give that knee some grace. It might be really tight after that. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Bethany, for being here too. That's a treat. That's a treat for sure. Remember, you can choose. This knee might be a little bit tight from being bent for so long, so you can choose to open it up if you want. Reset your body in both hips. Lift your heart. Twist and turn towards that left leg. And then bring your hands down once again. If you can, bring your right hand over the leg so that both hands are crossed over. You press into your right hip just a little bit deeper. That's going to deepen your spinal twist. So if you think about you can push into your hands and then pull the stomach away from that. If you picture those who have worked on the chair with me, like contortioning. So you push into the floor and you pull the torso away from that, and then you'll get a little bit deeper stretch through the thoracic spine. Inhale. Exhale, whatever you can release, let it go. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, crawl your hands back up. Then you pick what to do with this left leg. You can bend it, but keep it lifted. You can cross it in front. You can place it on top of the right thigh. Move around a little bit, find what your knees like. If they don't like being stacked, then take it in front or open it up a little bit. All of those positions are good. When we move around a little bit, find where we can settle on the sits bones, and then take that left hand, bring it across the body. So once again, we decide if this is the stretch we want to hold. Perfect for the shoulder blades, perfect for the back of the neck, the shoulder, or I come all the way into that wrap. It can be back of the hand to back of the hand or palm to palm, and then windshield wiper. So with this side, I have more mobility. See what yours feels like. You'll have one that has a little bit more range, maybe less drastic than mine from side to side, but you'll have one that allows more mobility. See where you can get that range to go when you're pressing that left hand out to the left side. And then hold that spot. Breathe. Your shoulders will have a tendency to elevate and your neck will be tight. Drop the shoulders down, relax. Each time we breathe, we allow gravity to draw the arm just a little bit lower towards the floor. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Now bring that hand to center. Unwrap the hands, shake them out a little bit. We're going to sit on the left hand this time. So the intention of creating that bind is not only we sit on it to create that fulcrum, but also the flip of the palm. You're pressing the back of the hand into the floor intentionally. So you create a little tension and pressure, pushing the back of the hand into the floor, and then use your right hand to pull the neck gently so that you give a little stretch to the side of the neck, and then lean towards the right. But when we lean towards the right, we're still pushing into the hand, and then that's going to create a little deeper stretch. Tilt the chin slightly towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that head center, release that grip for just a moment. Take the hand out from underneath the hip, spread the fingers, turn the fingers to the back, and then press that hand into the floor. So once again, when we're pushing into the heel of the hand, it's going to stretch through the elbow, so important. A lot of times our stress in the neck is not all from here, but it's from tension elsewhere. So push the heel of the hand into the floor, spread your fingers out, and then reposition the right hand, pulling away from the left. So as you come into that, you're working into deepening that stretch by bringing the right side over against the pressure into the left. See if you can lean a little bit farther over to the right and press just a little deeper into the floor with your left. Inhale. Exhale. Release the head, bring it back to neutral. Shake out the hands a little bit. And then from there, that spinal twist once again to the other side. You can use your right hand up against the left. Lift your heart nice and tall. You can bring your hands into the floor. Some of you can reach your elbows down to the floor, so whatever you have the range to do. So again, you're coming down into what feels right for you. Press into this right hip, so you're creating that fulcrum, and then we wrap the body and lean towards that left side. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, crawl your hands forward. Now once you come forward, it can be fingertips, it can be your elbows. If you have a tool, an obstacle you could use, go ahead and lean on that. As you come forward, again, paying attention, moving from side to side, rock front to back, and then linger where your body needs it this morning. Inhale. Exhale, let go. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back. Now the knees have been bent for quite some time, so as you open up the legs, be gentle, be careful with them, and then just give them a minute so you can shake them out a little bit. Reach the legs forward so you have that nice long hamstring. Lift your body tall and then lean in. So again, for some, you'll be able to grip the feet. You'll be able to place your forehead on those shins, whatever range you have. We're just trying to keep the body tall so that we're stretching the hamstrings instead of coming into a rounded back and releasing the tension on the hamstrings. Big deep breath in. Exhale. One more big deep breath in. And exhale. Let go of the grip of the feet. Walk your hands back. Find what you're going to use for your back stretch. Now, as you come into that, we're going to lay ourselves all the way back. Lay your legs straight in front. Before we use that obstacle, I want you to assess the back tightness so your legs are straight, and then you place your hands under the back and feel where that gap starts. So from the shoulders to the tailbone, the distance, and then the height. Some of you are not tight at all in your back, so you'll feel your back connect close to the floor. There should be just a small little space at the lumbar spine, so just at the very low back, you should have the space of a grape or a finger or two. Most of us are really tight in our back, so you'll have a bigger gap, a longer gap, and higher. So we're going to try and stretch that out a little bit. So from there, bend the knees, lift your hips, come into that bridged position. Take your roller, whatever you have, using as a wedge, underneath the tailbone, and then lay the hips down, straighten your legs, and hang out there for a moment. Allow gravity to pull the weight of the legs towards the floor. So you're thinking about in that position, letting go of your quads. The body's not going to want to. So you have to intentionally let go. You'll feel a little tension and lengthening on the hip flexors. Now, while those are lengthening out, pay attention to what you're doing with the shoulders. So again, you can have the shoulders resting on the mat, hands can be on the floor, palms up. We'll stretch that front of the shoulder a little bit better. Inhale. Exhale. Now soften the knees, slide the feet closer to your body. Let the knees come in. And so now your knees are coming in towards the chest. You're using the gravity weight of the quadriceps to stretch and lengthen from the tailbone to the thoracic spine. So we're stretching out that lumbar spine using gravity to do so. Straighten the legs, flex your feet, and open. So we'll scroll through this 3 times. So right now, you have your legs nice and straight out to the side. Big deep breath in. Exhale, close your legs, bend your knees, let your knees hang open. The change in position is going to change how the gravity is stretching your low back. Inhale. Exhale, close your legs, straighten your legs, flex your feet and open. Inhale. Exhale, close your legs, bend your knees, let your knees hang open. This is our last set through. So as you think about that movement through the body, you're trying to let your knees hang as close towards your chest as they will, as you can get with flexibility for that stretch to the low back. Close the legs, straighten the legs, hang out here for a second. Small little kicks. We use those kicks to loosen up the hamstring. You start with your toes pointed. Now flex your feet. Now hold. You can use your hands on the hamstrings, the calves, or you can grip the feet. And then lift the head. Inhale. Exhale, set your head down. Open the legs. Now take your hands and push out on the thighs. So again, that can be hands on the thighs, the calves, the feet. Push them out and away. And then reach around and pull up. So now you come around the back side of the leg and pull the toes towards the floor. Big deep breath in. Exhale, close your legs. Soften your knees. Set one foot down at a time. Lift your hips off your obstacle. Move it out of the way. Roll your back down. Straighten your legs. And then assess the change from before and after that stretch. So the tighter your back, the bigger the difference. Pre and post stretch with that. And then we're going to use that mobility to come into our final stretch set. So lift that left knee. The left knee comes towards you. And then you bring that left knee over to the right side. Lift your left hand. And then bring your left arm out to the side, stretching the chest, the anterior deltoid of the shoulder. So you're looking over your left shoulder. And then gentle pressure with your right hand on your left thigh. Now again, if you've used a ball for that stretch, You could have a ball under your knee. You could always use a towel or a prop for that. We're all going to feel different in these positions and try and support the body so it can stretch in the best way. With each exhale, try and let go of the tightness in the low back and in the hip. Sometimes just an inch movement up or down with that left knee, or a tiny bit of pressure from the shoulder to the knee, trying to pull the body a little bit longer into rotation, will help to deepen the stretch. Now pull the left knee to center, switch so the right knee comes in, the left leg comes out. Bring that right knee across the left side. Lift your right hand. Bring that right arm out to the right side. So as you're coming into that again, move the right knee up and down a little bit. See if you can press the right knee down towards the floor a little deeper. Push into the right shoulder blade a little stronger. With each exhalation, trying to relax the low back and the hip so you can get a little bit more limber in that spine to wrist. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Now, bring that right knee to center. Match it with the left in the same way. So now your knees are together, arms come up. Open your arms out to the side. So you're like a T with the arms. Bring both legs to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, let go. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, take your left arm, bring it over so that you're stacked on your right side. So now we've come from that laying on our back position to coming into side lying. You have your right arm straight out from the right armpit. So it's 90 degrees at the underarm. Your legs are in a 90-degree position from the hip. Bend your right elbow and then bring the left hand and push the left hand down. Gently. Now again, so same thing. This is the side for me of my shoulder that had surgery. So my range of motion is much more limited, but you may be able to touch the hand to the floor. Your goal is to have that mobility, that range of motion, that we can bring it upright and then we can bring it down with assistance. Big deep breath in. Exhale. So we've talked about that also with this. You could have your prop under your head. Find a position, roll a towel up, find the position that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, to keep your head lifted. One time, release it. Big deep breath in, and then exhale, press into it. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, bring that arm to center. Go ahead, come back onto your back so you're like a T. Tighten your abdominals. Bring the knees to neutral so the knees come up. And then drop your knees to the left. So now your knees are to the other side. Now I don't know, for those who have been doing this with me for a few weeks, I don't know if you can remember how high up that the arm that I've been working on has been. But in our 3 weeks of being consistent with that, it has gotten better. So if yours feels really tight and bound up and you feel like there's no way to get more mobility, if you just keep working with it, it will loosen up. Just be gentle in that. Look over your right shoulder. As you look over your right shoulder, try and relax and let go of the hip, the glute. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Now bring that right hand back up so that you're on your left side. Once you're on your left side, assess that same position. 90 degrees at the hip. So the reason we want to make sure that positioning is on point is so that you have a tangible before and after. So as you do this week after week, if this angle is constantly changing, you may feel like you have more or less mobility, and it's not true because it's just the position is not the same. So if you do your 90 degrees at the hip and your 90 degrees at the armpit and then your 90 degrees at the elbow, you have a tangible base. And then you take that hand and press that right hand into the floor to give your left arm a little deeper stretch. So again, if on its own it has a range of motion that's elevated, you're just giving it gentle pressure, not so forced that you're in extreme pain, just gentle pressure towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Big deep breath in. Remember, if you need a pillow or something for your neck, place it underneath that side. Now let go of the stretch for a moment. We're going to do that just one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Press down. So you're taking that left palm towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring that left hand back to neutral. Open up the arms, your back onto your back. Bring the knees to neutral. Wrap your arms around the thighs, around the knees, and rock from side to side. Big deep breath in. Exhale, set your feet on the floor. Slowly roll yourself up and come over onto your hands and knees. Dig your toes into the floor, lift your tailbone and press back. So you're lifting the hips towards the ceiling. Shift your body right to left. And then settle in the center. Walk your hands back. Dangle the arms right in front of the feet. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. So we're intentionally resetting our body before we walk away from our mat. Whatever stress you can let go of, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, release what you don't need. And then one vertebrae at a time, roll up. Squeezing your glutes, pulling the belly button in, rolling your shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. Squeeze the glutes. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Lift up nice and tall through. So when we do that, we're going to stack one more time. When we do that, it's intentional that we're taking the glutes, squeezing the glutes so these hip flexors can open. Then we pull the abdominals in so that the torso lifts. And then we retract the shoulders so the heart's open and the shoulders are wide. So those points of contact are the points that we want to engage so that the rest doesn't grip so tight. So once again, take a deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Round the back, drop the hands. Reset, so you're letting the neck go. Let the muscles in your face go, your jaw. Once again, scrolling through that check mentally, emotionally, releasing anything we don't need, whether that's judgments, a comment we don't need to hang on to, starting our week with an intention of releasing stresses that we don't need. And then as you roll up, squeeze your behind, pull your belly button in, roll your shoulders back and down. Take a nice big deep breath in, arms up. And exhale, give yourselves a big hand. Good work today, you guys. Such a privilege to get to stretch with you. And I know, I was just thinking that too, that she always comes in and does, I feel like she always stretches the same leg, but she doesn't understand when I say to even it up. Thank you, Akiko. Calmly yelling about it is great. When we calmly yell positive things, that's great. That's perfect. But once again, thank you. It's such an honor and privilege to get to stretch with you guys. As you know, anyone who has been with me forever, water and stretching are the two things that I just can't seem to dial in, and timekeeping. So we've got one. So it took me 44 years to get one added or worked on. It took a pandemic and 44 years of living to get to where I stretched with you guys. So that's a win. And then now I don't know what it's going to take to get my time and water under control, but there's always tomorrow. So I just keep, working through that. She does, doesn't she, Jackie? I picture Sarge doing that too. I don't know. Gracie sleeps like Snoopy's happy dance. So like if you picture Snoopy when he's dancing and his paws are over here and his other paws are on the other side, that's exactly how she sleeps. So this morning when I was like, she has such good spinal rotation. And I thought, I can't wait till we get to play together and work on our own spinal rotation. Never too late. It's never too late. Remember, I couldn't whistle till I was 26. So I wanted to whistle so bad and roll my R's. I still can't do that. But it took me until I was 26 to be able to whistle. And that's dedication to a skill. I'm not great at it, but I can still do it now. So that's great. I'm generally on time. I just don't end workouts on time. But what I did find, because Vic was stretching upstairs, there's quite a delay in when I'm speaking and when it's coming out. So I'm probably 2 minutes ahead of you. So it's pretty interesting how much I thought, Chelsea, when you said you were missing the first part and it was a little bit delayed, I thought it was like seconds, but it's actually like he was probably a stretch or two behind. So up there. And I think Gracie was like, what the heck's going on? You're on this TV, you're down here, you're on this TV. It was a crazy morning in this house. But anyway, as you go into your week, I'll email you all today. But as you go into your week, as always, I hope you feel loved and supported by this team. And I feel that's funny. I know, because I'm doing it right now, and you'll see it in a second or a couple minutes. Yeah. That's a little annoying to me, but I'm just going to let that go because this is what we have to work with. Yeah, you know what's so funny, Lisa, is that even when we went back, it was still like that for like a month and a half. And I'm like, oh boy, like how is this clock still fast? But it was. Some things never change, but all of my clocks are fast because that's just how I live. But no one else is looking at them, so it's not the same as a posted clock in a studio. So anyway, I love you guys. I'll email you today, and we will do, sorry, Chelsea, that we didn't get pigeon. We'll do that on Tuesday. So be ready to stretch it out on Tuesday. And then if there's any formats you're wanting, thanks, Marnie. It's whenever people ask me, like, what are 10 little seconds? I just feel like I have to explain 10 little seconds mean they're real. And if I just say 10 seconds, that just means I have some freedom in my mind that I'm not really so dedicated to paying attention to the clock. So anyway, I love you guys and hope that this week, I'm really going to try to continue our toe taps and our calf raises. So Be ready for that. We should have done, I don't know why I forgot to stretch our calves. So that going up against a wall and stretching the calves would be really good. We should all do that today. I'll do it Tuesday. But that's one that we should have fit in today. Anyway, I love you guys. Happy Sunday. Have a great day. Hopefully you can get out in the sun. And just know that we're in this together another week. Happy August. We're starting a new month. So who knows all the different ways we're going to get strong this month. I can't wait. So I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.